correspond correspond to English. Short histories. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was a Roman Catholic who worked in India, but was born in Albania. She is famous for helping the poor, the starving, and other people. She was born in 1910 in Macedonia and was faced an early by stories of missionaries. At the age of 1 2, she had decided to live an early religious life. Mother Teresa became a nun at age one night at first traveled to rebel for religion, stood and went to India. She looked her ways and one night prayed to and never saw her mother again after that. She founded the Missionaries of Charlotte in 1958 to blaze and up. She opened the fish home for the diving in Calcutta, India 2 years later. By B 1997, the Missionary of Charlotte are grown to over 4,000 members with hospital and orphans around the world. The order helped Williams and super people in India Al-Bashir. During the 1900 shift of beer, Mother Teresa recruited almost 40 children from a hospital. By negotiating a cash fare, she bequeathed to Tripet. Parents became rebel to take their son. In 2551, she had the first market phytoregulator and herbicide, and she offered to give her position until new Charvin Homewear. Steve Jobs begged to wretched my in the submarine doors, married to me, going to bed and Nick saying, we done something wonderful. That's what matters to me, Steve Jobs, and quit the well. A string Hunali Summer 1893 ID. The famous Apple computers was combined by Steve Jobs with Steve Wonder. A series of revolutionary technologies, including the iPod, MacBook, phone, and iPad. Steve Jobs was born in San Francisco in February 24 of 1955 ID. The two university students, Joan Shelley and June Handley, and Stephen was given of adoption. Stephen was adopted by Paul Clark Jones, when else considered to be his early parent Stephen for Paul. Encouraging him to experiment with electronics in their garage, to lead to add life interesting in electronics and design. Steve Jobs attended a local school in California and later enrolled at Reed College, Oregon in USA. His education was watching the excellent results and potential. Jobs experimented with different precision before starting Apple computers with Steve Gun in 1957. Stephen Jobs was remarked, but during his time at Dow Jones, whom to come Steve Gostar, he was ranked admiring the computer technique, who had first met in 1571, ID in 1576, at the Guanas invented first Apple, a computer Jobs. Picnic Apple computers were sold from Jobs' parents' garage over the next 5 years. Apple Computer expanded rapidly as the market for home computers began to be incrementally significant. Who was Steve Jobs? Do you have an iPod phone, a Schwarzschild of my computer? I did you Preppy Connell. Sumi was home or was funny. Steve Jobs made the company Apple. The critics think that Darren Nuxox an important part of lives or millions of people. He was born on February 24, 1550 in San Francisco, California. When he was a boy, he had a lesbian hobby. He liked to take apart television and put them back together again. He was a very good student in school and even skipped a grade. After I finished Grade 4, Steve began and studied in Red College in Portland, Oregon, but dropped it after 6 months. Decided to once to quit life. 2 years later, in 1974, I traveled to India and with their library about bushing. After St. John's returning to United States, I found a ghost as video game. The stranger a company called Atari, and 2 years after that in 1576, when he has come 21 years old, he created his home company, Apple Company, with the friends Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs later married in 1551 and had 4 children. Unfortunately, doctors discovered they have cancer in 2003 and in 2011 is the game of 56. Albert Einstein. My name is Albert Einstein. My people came about the grand slave accomplished, but in many barriers before it became famous. I was born in Germany. What is like elementary school? Already can about man aesthetics. When I was born, appending to grand STEAM. I love school, my life, a homesward. My father liked his job. My family lived in poverty. We called to parents raised in Germany. We became immigrants until Italy. I finished school until college in Starlet. After college, I began a scene. I did to write season in Easton. Two after Cindy approved of my work. The tune was a thriller. Receiving the rank of admired since a graduate. Some recording. I somehow approximate six or varied things, like stars allows to detect and split them into movement or small things. Let's move and for fun. I might imagine the core, referring food setting, at the never written in this web do the current working or can manufacture teams and I will be recommended for my important works. How the sun anti-moon were made. Do you ever wonder where the room and the sun came from? The Native people of Alaska have theory. They tell a story of a beautiful girl. She must be very nice in contrast her brother. Besides, the girl accepts first is necessary for to prepare. She arrived is or put nice clothes. They required a lot of time, but the girl worked hard and soon had success. She looked perfect. They attended the party together. The girls were having fun. Later, she walked a far, tore her clothes. She ran out the bedroom. She wanted to cannot go did to her hair. The sheet had an idea. She's facing a guard again. This time is one in memory beautiful. She even balanced beautiful angles in tea. She wanted to agree the person to grab again. She put blank dirt the hair. The purpose of is to catch the person. She went to bedroom again and it was from Peter. The links went off as romantic he called. One relaxed in his hand was black. The guilt profound of the parting share characteristics only a single person with a black hat was very familiar. It was her brother, hurrying into the woods. The girl all after him. The boat carried first something cool. She entered dark. The smoke went into the air. As to ran, the great to become urge. The tank went in space. When the girl is horizon. In the sky, she became a demon, and her brother became the sun chase of forever. The little turtle. There was little turtle, who lived in the books. He swam at public and climbed at the rocks. He snapped at mosquito. He snapped at the flame. He snapped at Minnow. And he snapped at me. He count the mosquito. He count the fly. He count the window, the Minnow. But he did watch me mutilate in the sun. The swing. Oh, do you like to go up in the swing? Up in there as so blue. Oh, I do think this parents then. The ever our children do. Up into all over the world. Till they can see to white, rivers and drains, and cotton over the country. Tie, I looked through on the garage green, the after some row of city and living again, up in the air and do. The lion and the cones. Once up to team tree, living four quarters in the forest. Every day used to grind together and particular sport. They were all friends. One day alone, chatting grazing together. The lion wanted to eat. They should help me to catch it. They went to come saw the lion. All of them found with him. The lion had run away. A fifth day passed and the cow quarreled between the Melvis and started grazing, separately on the lion killing an of them. The wolf and the lamb. One day, along was eating swing grass and went from her cloak of sheep. She did not a wolf walking near to her. When she was the wolf, she started pleading, "Please, do eat me. My stomach is full of grass. You can wait a while to make much better. The grass in my stomach will taste clearly. After my days, the wolf agreed. With the lambs dancing, she has a new idea. She said, I can dance faster until you take my bell and ring is to her. The wolf took the bell and started to ring. To her, the entrepreneur assumed, and ran kingly saved the lamb's life. A visit to the show. Today our class teacher took us to some. We went to show this boy. We were about 20 students on the bus. We entered into some train. A large group of teachers with us. We aside, alien steal a cake. We also with tigers. We arrived and after with animals in the first area. The best experience was Shane to try a big lion. Face to face, Snap Park was also a party show. It was thrilling experience. Watching the snakes move house like the vein, the glazed planes. We come back to school at 3 p.m. It was a place where to spend. think with family or book groups.